Hello viewers, Wayne here. Welcome back to another episode of Formula 1 22 online ranked mode races. We're back to our regular scheduled game mode after we tested out crossplay. If you are new to the channel or if you wanted to see my experience with crossplay, be sure to check out the previous video. There was a few sort of hiccups, but I can understand why it's a game mode that has been called for so long. And back into the ranked game mode, which is somewhere I would like crossplay to actually be introduced. It would be nice to play or against multiple competitors from different consoles in the ranked game modes. We are starting off in Austria, and it's a very wet race. It's a very difficult, can hardly see, but that always brings out a bunch of fun in some of these online lobbies, and it also brings about a bunch of dirty driving as well, which everybody loves to see. Now, end of lap number 1, we're coming around to the final couple of turns, exceeding track limits there, and we're going to talk a little bit about the rules in this video once again, because when do I ever not? But 6th place, not the best of starts, but certainly not the worst of starts either. And we can see in the not too far distance, a podium spot is still available for us. And coming around turn number 1, we stay in 6th place, but we can see there, side by side, a little bit of contact. We're now going to go on the outside and we're going to go free abreast down the straight. There's a little bit of contact. I didn't think it was anything too major. We've been given a warning for that, but we stay brave, and down the inside we make up a position. Another bit of contact, which I thought that contact was worse than the first contact, and I didn't get a warning for that one, which is a little bit strange. But we are up to P5. I think the contact there when making the move was worse than the contact that I actually got a warning for. So there we go. It stayed like that until lap number 5, when there's a little bit of a sprint finish as we try to close down Nico for P4. Unfortunately, there was not enough start finish straight, and we finish in P5 in race number 1. Now moving on to Saudi in Jeddah, which is probably my least favorite circuit on the whole game. I am not very good whatsoever around the streets of Jeddah. We start in 4th place, we stay in 4th place, but given the fact that it's kind of a street circuit, even though not as tight and twisty as Monaco, we're going to be able to stick with P3 here and try to make a move. We're not as brave as we probably should be, and we drop off a little bit. But this race, this is where we're going to see the rules just kind of don't really mean much, as we make up one position there. We're up into P3. We're around the outside. We give a lot of room, and now we're up into P2. So a good couple of moves there for us. And now we have an opportunity to chase down the race leader, Nico. Now, coming into lap number 2 here, we've closed the gap down to below 2 seconds, and we've opened up a gap on P3 to over 2 seconds. So it's a little bit of a comfortable race, as yeah, the streets of Jeddah are going to catch me out here. We get a little bit too much on the power and we spin, and that kind of compromises our whole race, and we're now down to P5. It's a very embarrassing moment there for us, as in front of us there's some contact. Now, it looked as though that was not necessarily intentional, but it definitely could have been avoidable by Shine 137 there, and he doesn't get a penalty. So again, talking of the penalties over and over again, causing collisions and being the reason why collisions happen, you seem to get penalized less than, say, if you are cutting a corner, for example. Well, not necessarily cutting a corner, which obviously is blatant cheating, but more so exceeding track limits. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think exceeding track limit penalties are a little bit harsh. I certainly do. I understand them, but I'd like it to be sort of equal to when you're causing a collision or something like that, because that is definitely a lot worse. And as we come on to lap number 5, we have made up one position and one position only, and we're now in P4. We're now in a 3-way tie for the final podium position. And the guy involved in the incident originally, Shine 137, is up ahead, and we are closing pretty nicely. As see there, we definitely exceeded track limits and we don't get a warning for it. A little bit of consistency, EA, would nice, but we are gaining as our DRS is open. I thought Shine was going to try and brake check us there, so we go deep and avoid contact. And that was just kind of me getting scared. And now we're down to P5, but we have a hell of a lot of battery left open and we've still got DRS, so we are gaining. And there's 2 positions to be had here. As we dive down the inside, there's the contact into P3. There, I definitely think I should have been penalized, and now it's a sprint finish to the end. Bit of dirty driving by me, but this time we're on the right end of it, and as you can see, our safety rating actually goes up. So see, that's what I mean about the penalty system on this game. It's a little bit backwards, a little bit confusing. And the final race of this episode is us starting in P5. We're in the streets of Miami again, another street circuit. We get punted out wide and now have to give back 2 positions for illegal overtakes. Now, as we give the place back, all I can describe that happens in front is an all-out war, a brawl, smashed into the wall at full speed. Something must have happened at home for there to be that much animosity there. And both of them are out, and we're now up into P5. So we didn't really have to give back the positions whatsoever. A very confusing rule there from the Formula 1 game, and that continues on in the rest of this race. We do have a little bit of contact, but nothing too serious, and we are going to continue on and press on for the remainder of this race. Now, lap number 1, it's not been the worst start. We're up into P5, having started I think in P8, having missed a qualifying session, and we can see a podium up ahead of us. So that is going to be the aim here, as a beautiful maneuver around that chicane gets us up into P4, and now we can chase E. Miguel P 2005 down the back straight with the battery going. We're in the slipstream, we are much faster, and we're going to take a dive down the inside. He tries to push us towards the wall, but we are much later on the brake. Somebody is spun in front of us, and that's now us up into number 2 on the chart. 2nd place with the fastest final sector. Now, this race was pretty boring. As we speed on to lap number 5, all of the incidents happened in the 1st lap, and we then come home and cruise home to a comfortable 2nd place. Now, the reason I showed you this race was it was probably one of my better ones in terms of speed and in terms of finishing. A number of overtakes. We also get driver of the day, which we'll see in a second, but I'm finding it very, very hard to level up and rank up. We're currently still in silver 2. Our safety rating is a B, but we are finding it very hard to get up to that silver 3 level, even though we are doing quite a few races. So let me know in the comments down below if you're finding it as much of a struggle, or what I need to do. Do I need to just solely win more races? And again, despite the contact, we have more safety rating. But that's going to be the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching once again. Take care, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I'll see you for the next one.